Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and why are there 4 other gerbils beside me? And this feels like a deja vu moment. Didn't I just... Hold on. Ready, boys? Alright. Engines primed. Set to launch. Preparing to explain mod in 3, 2, 1, go! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, welcome back. Hope you guys liked the intro. Whee! Because that's going to be the intro. Oh, man. So, anyways, guys, this is the Persistent Trails mod that you're seeing hanging about the sky. Hope you guys actually like the intro for the video. And I'm going to show you guys the workings of the Persistent Trail mod. So the first thing is it keeps track of how your craft flew. So, that being said, you'll see I have a couple, and some start taking off a bit later than others, so I'll set these up for us so that everything takes off at the same time, almost. Ta-da. That should be just before it takes off. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start hitting play through all of these, and the last one that I want to hit is this one, so that as I go up, or actually I want to hit biplane Mark 3 last, so that as I go up, since Mark 3 automatically launches, if you'll see, it immediately goes. So that means that I want to hit that one last so I could start recording mine and take off immediately as well, so that everything will work right in the mod together for me to show you guys all of this, because I want to try and make sure that I take off as pristinely as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the throttle prepped here to well, let's set that to reverse real quick. There we go. That'll work. Alright. So we're basically set up back in the normal thrust. And as we're ready to go with the throttle at 4 kilonewtons prepped just like the other one was, we're going to run through and hit play, 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 start recording, and go. And we're off. And you'll see everyone took off a bit differently. I don't mind about having my hands off the controls while flying with the joystick. It's actually a lot easier. The Xbox 360 controller that I'm using is just a standard one. Any USB one that you can plug in to your computer works amazing. And I should probably change the color of, let's say this one to, let's go blue and hit OK. So that guy, wherever he flew off to, is on the blue trail. I'm gonna follow these guys inside of here. And it kinda looks a bit purple, I won't lie. So I'm gonna follow these guys inside of here. And I believe I just saw the red one flying by, doing its thing. Let's go for a buzz of the tower. Or the spaceplane hangar. And the VAB, why not? Wow. Not really pulling that close to him, but I'm no professional pilot. You can see the other two flying out there. And this is basically what the Persistence Trails mod does. It lets you see how you've flown, how close you've gotten to crashing, how good your landings were, other such things. It also gives a good track. If you look up here, it actually gives how far you've traveled. So far in this flight, and it does give a live update as well. It does it in kilometers. So every kilometer that you travel, it will go up. Here you'll see the precision. This is how precise it will record your movements through the air. So if you're, say, on the ground and trying to do like a racetrack as a base, the outline of it, I would say that you could go off of low. Just do straight lines to each corner and then, you know, turn around them. Do that such thing. And everything will work out right. Or actually, maybe the red one? And we'll go for the purple one. Purple one's the fun one. So I tried my best, if you look, to get all of them to come in from the same side for landing. So they all come in over here, follow in through this path, you know. You'll see the red one did a very daring maneuver here. It actually decided to fly around and be completely crazy. The yellow one got a bit daring after that, which I was perfectly fine with. These planes are pretty agile. I mean, if I wanted to, I could sit there and start a nosedive with this thing and then just pull up, throttle up, and do a loop, even lowering my gear just to be a wise guy, like, whee! And I still was completely clear of the ground. This is such an amazing mod, I feel. It's great to be able to try and synchronize your flights. I did horribly. Most of them are coming to an end. The prop plane isn't yet, but I believe that will be coming in to land in the opposite direction anyways, which will be kind of funny. That one will be landing coming towards us rather than going away. So if I have the collision on that, maybe there's going to be an explosion. Besides just in the intro. Ha ha ha. But yeah, that's exactly how it works. It keeps track, it trails. So I'll get this into land and I'll show you guys exactly how it recorded after and what other features the mod has to it. I'll see you guys in a second. Alright, so we're landed back on the runway. The vehicle's now has taken a break, just stopped moving. And you'll see 26 kilometers traveled, 24 kilometers traveled, 28 kilometers traveled, 29 kilometers traveled, and that's all by the biplanes. And actually, in the amount of fuel used, 5 units of it doing 20-ish kilometers is actually fairly good, I could say. I mean, 26 kilometers off of 5 units, it could do better, but I was also jaunting around, really just spinning, wasting fuel, really. So that's the thing, if you're thinking about conservatively trying to stay, you could save a lot more fuel. And that's also what this can help you do. So you can say, okay, so in 26 kilometers I consumed 5 units of fuel doing these wacky flight paths that I was increasing and decreasing throttle. So off of 26 kilometers, 5 units, it helps you actually decipher how much fuel you're able to use. So that 5 units with 120 of them to use, I would probably be able to last, I could fly to the North Pole at least. Well, this is a sad situation. 2 of the flights crashed. 3 of them survived. That's fine. But here's another wonderful feature about this mod. So here you can toggle the visibility of all the trails. So say that you want to see one trail specifically, you can keep that trail visible. And then you can disable it. And you'll see there's actually a double. I think that one's the landing one where I bounced. Yeah, that one's the landing one where I bounced. It bounced over my head, I think it was. Or I was about to land and then I noticed that I was too fast. Yeah. I was about to land, noticed that I was too fast. Swept up a bit. Flared to kill some speed. Let it drop. Flared again to kill off more speed. Letting myself reach a peak. And you'll see it actually kind of depicts that. I reached a peak and then let it glide slope the rest of the way down until it bounced and crashed and burned and died. Sad face. And then you can see for the takeoff, I decided that I was going to take off fairly steep, but start, once I got about a couple hundred meters up in the air, start leveling off. And that's really how I like to see. It lets me see what I've done, how I've flown, and if I want, I can just sit there and say, well, how did I just fly? How was this? What did I do in this? What did I come close to? So my takeoff was kind of bad. So the takeoff comes up, it slopes, and actually let's do something to get this tonight. Ooh. So then you can actually see this right. So you can see the slope up, and as it's recording you can actually see on high it does this very good job. For the prop plane, I believe the prop plane I did this. The prop plane, no, I don't need a new one of you, I meant to just enable the view. Yeah, if you look at how the prop plane went, it was registered as straight line until here, and then went in a straight line up, and then in another straight line, and that's what happens when you're on the low. So that's the low, and I believe somewhere around here is a medium example. Let's see, just here within this area here. This is where I did medium, and if you look at how the curve went, it's kind of going a bit jagged, but it's still straight. It's hard to see because I'm not focused on it, but if you look, it's kind of doing its... That was high, actually. Let's see, the medium comes in here. And I switched from medium, and you'll see that it starts to straighten out, and then I switch back to low, where you'll see that it does an okay job at keeping your trail, but I switch back to medium, going back down through here, and you'll see on the medium I got a pretty good angle to it, which is good. I like that. And then I went back to high for the rest of it, and you'll see going through, actually, just by going like this, it's not completely detailed. And a menu that they have that pops up when you click on this little icon here, this little edit icon, you'll see that it comes up with this kind of menu. What the title name of it is, the description of it, what color you feel like having it. You saw in the video I changed the saving for this one to a different color, so we'll set that back to the blue that it was on, because that's going to be the blue that it will be at. I always set these after, but inside of that menu, you always have to click OK before you save trails and such, just so it'll actually save with the settings that you have. But inside of here, you have the draw sampling, so how much it draws, so you can increase that all on your own. You can also increase the line width and the dimensional or directional meter radius, so the directional arrows that show up. So if I were to create a new line for this craft, this menu, please, thank you, and come down here and open up this menu. Right now I have it on 0 number of directional markers. Let's bring it up to 1 or 2. We'll go 2. So when I hit OK, you'll see that they pop up like this. So you can change that with these. If I'm correct, if I bring it down to about here, they'll be really tiny. So you can barely see them. But if I start to throttle up and move away, you'll see that they'll leave a direction. And if I fly up, fly away, they should also be leaving a direction. So as I zoom out, it is on low, so let's put it on high. And just to see. So yes, I did crash. It's all good. It's just to show the arrows itself right now. So looking back, there's the 2 arrows right there. So these depict what direction I was going. So I was kind of going backwards, and I was kind of going to the right, or I mean to the left. So that's what the arrows are to be used for. And if I'm right, while you change the diameter, that'll change the diameter of the line itself. We'll close that, so then we can go back into here. And if I go like this, that should change the drunk's line width itself. But I don't... Oh, those are the arrows. Whoops. So yeah, we'll bring those back down to where they were. We'll bring this up. That's the one that I meant to change. So that extreme change of it, just to show. But that's what the line can look like. And the arrows themselves too. I think it was the arrows. So the arrows show what directions I was moving there. So now you can see what directions the arrows say I was moving. So the arrows say I was moving forward and backward at the same time. Now that's kind of funny, because I was sitting still, so that makes sense. So there you guys go. There's that. And back to the old me. I'm gonna see if this, with a couple of little rockets attached to it, that'll basically decouple from it in entry to another planet, will actually give this something. So we'll use the trails to mark out where we're landing, how we came in, and that's that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and hopefully it's another episode of K Thornton's Space Program. I've been having a bit of trouble getting to do some more science, figuring out what mission to do, because I don't want to go to the moon with the stuff that I have, and I don't feel like going back to Minmus just to get science. So, again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.